like magic. I like to start with a little sunset. Move the freaking mic over here. Uh, so, have you ever had one of those days where you need a drink? I'm having one of those days. Welcome to KillCo Whiskey Musings. My name is Brian. I feel like I need more water. Oh, I've been doing too many things. I'm all over the place right now. Where is my water? Today is Wednesday, middle of the week, so that's good. We're celebrating that. I really did misplace things. I decided to do everything at once. Why is my water back here? This is my life. I don't know what I'm doing half the time. It's glorious. I took a picture of this bottle, which, if you didn't know, that was today's video. Yay. Hopefully some of you enjoyed that. I was doing things and stuff with the editing. Things and stuff. It's good. I like Open. It's an interesting bottle. Interesting whiskey for me. I'll just put it back here because I don't know where I'm going to put it, basically. Put this over here. Professional. This goes here. I think that's it. Oh, I'm not going to say that. There's a phrase that people will say about this point, and it goes da 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 da. And too many people say it. It bothers me, and I almost said it. Cheers, Cheech, Whiskey Samurai, Mike Franklin, who is the winner of my last stream. The samples, those are in the hand delivery service. Hopefully we'll get to you this week. I'm going to keep my eye on it. But one of the few times I've sent anything through hand delivery, a little nervous. Hopefully it'll get there in one piece. Beer is good. Beer's a nice change of pace. A little easier to drink on these warmer days. I have cider. I like hard cider as my drink. What's a fun sound? If I'm even hearing that. Let me know if you're hearing a high-pitched noise, because like the stress is getting to me. I already have that and this here. Dean Basie. Hello, welcome. It's gone now. Oh man, I don't need weird things happening to me today. Okay. What's the plan? Drink everything. No. The plan is just to have whiskey. It's a Q&A session by the biz, be the bubs. And I know most of my streams are fairly open with talking and asking things. So if you have any questions, personal questions, or just questions in general about the channel, what I do, why I do it, how I did it, although I feel like I've said that a lot, feel free. Just do the @KillCo thing, and I will reply as best I can when I see them. For tonight's beverage of choice, at least the starting one, this is something I meant to do on... Did I mean to do it on Sunday? The streams are starting to blur together now that I've been doing extra ones. Like I've been on other people's streams a fair amount lately. So I can't even keep track of what I've been doing. But I wanted to break out this glass. Look at this. Look at this thing. It has weight to it. This is the... it doesn't seem to show up very well that way. Anyway, that's the... it's Bourbon Night. Their new logo on there, and this little 5 on the back, because the 5 years they've been doing this stuff. There's no good way to show this is there. But I haven't used this yet. I've been meaning to use it. I haven't thought about it until now. Again, this does have a weight to it. I feel like I could throw this at someone who would hurt. But it's super fancy. The fanciest Glencairn I have at the moment. I don't plan on getting more. I do have a Copita from them as well. And I figured I might as well christen this thing on a Wednesday stream. And what better thing to christen it with but one of their picks? Because I like this one and I haven't had it in a hot minute. All right, Bourbon Baller, hello. Stay safe. Don't do anything I want to do. Oops. I'm also sending out samples to. This is a weird situation. All right, here's the weirdness of my life. I am going to give samples to a, what do I even call this person? Familiar? No, they're not a friend, but I've known them for years, and I've even spent time in their company, like in a group in their company. What do I call this person? Friendly acquaintance? They work at a cafe I go to. I've talked to them numerous times, etc. Anyway, giving samples to give to her husband because her husband is into whiskey a little bit. I don't know if he's exploring it and having all kinds of things like I did, but I'm going to give him some high proof stuff just because I'm such a nice guy. And why not? I like giving it's so much easier to actually hand deliver things rather than hand deliver things, if you know what I mean. Oh, I didn't show this. I was trying to open it. I didn't show it yet. Here we are, the Elijah Craig. Ooh, that's real close. Do the thing where you focus. Hey, it worked. There, it's Bourbon Night Private Slick Barrel from Elijah Craig. It's nice, as we know, as I know, as you know, as some of us know. Oh boy, today when I did the Elijah Craig stream, oh god, that feels like it was just last week. Recently, oh, man, this is my brain, man. I can't today. I'm not gonna. Anyway, I did a stream where I tried a bunch of different Elijah Craigs all at once to see if there was a difference. There he is. And this one is the one I preferred. But I had a feeling that was going to happen. Did I just spill a drop? I did. One for my homies, as they say. Or to the dead, as it were. Ugh. Trying to read chat. What? Cliff Smith, the legend, the man of the hour, or the day. Cliff, you're going to be the focus of a lot of videos in the future. I'm sure you know that. At least 6. And I did one of them today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got to watch it. I know you were traveling and busy and such, but I think you'll like this one. I got to revisit Oban 14, so to speak, because I've had it many times, usually only at a pub or a restaurant, if they have it. And I've never actually, I want to say analyzed it, but I've never gone over it in detail. I've always just kind of smelled it, drank it, it was good, etc. Mr. Whiskey Shits, welcome. Hello. How are you? How is everyone? I am a bit tired, but then again, it's my secret. I'm always tired. But I think I overdid it yesterday, believe it or not. Reminder, it's Q&A. Feel free to ask anything. Almost anything. Keep it rated R? I don't know. I don't have a PG rating here. I was gonna say I did a lot of adult things. It didn't sound right. I was a good nope. I can't phrase this any way without saying I did adult things or I was an adult. I was an adult yesterday. I'm typically always an adult theory. Katie Turk, hello. Welcome. Pleasure to have you here. Got to think about the words. I did the things that adult people are supposed to do. Nope. So I had errands yesterday. There we go. That works. That I had to do, and I did them, which is not always what happens. Went to the grocery store. Drove to the city. Had a chiropractor appointment, which is always kind of interesting. I believe that's the one that hurt. She did something. She did something on my shoulders that felt kind of awful, but also they feel a little better now. Do I guarantee that chiropractic is a thing you should do? No, I don't. But why not try it? It seems to help. I do have horrible posture, so I'm trying to make sure that isn't a thing. And let's be honest, sometimes just hearing those cricks and cracks makes you feel a little better. So here we are. Look at this. It's such a pretty glass. I've never had a glass like this. The whiskey smells better. No, it doesn't. It does smell good, though. I wonder. No, I don't have another glass. I believe this is actual crystal too. I don't know if I have to wash this a certain way. I hope I don't because I'm not going to. It's gonna go in the dishwasher. Super fancy. Proper 12. Ew. I don't think I've ever had proper 12, but I've heard enough, and I'm not exactly a fan of the person who is associated with it. Yeah, it's a nice way to say it. Ah, ha, ha. That's so good. I feel a little better. If you watch the videos, I always feel something right here when I take a sip of whiskey. It's glorious, I promise. I'm going to attempt to have a couple of whiskeys today because, as I mentioned at the start of the stream, it's been one of those days. And I could use a little lubricant. That didn't sound right at all. I could have it. I could use another drink, but I'm debating what to pour. I'm probably going to pour all of them, but I've been meaning to get around to this one. This is, I think I showed this one before. This is Vermont Smuggler's Notch Distillery Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Smuggler's Notch is a place I've been going to for years on and off. It's a ski resort in Vermont. I really like it. I think I learned how to ski there as a boy. So, been going there for many, many years, many moons. I also have this sample from Amy Bone, who was kind enough to do the raffle on Sunday. Raffle? Sure. And this is Jack Daniel's single barrel proof. 130. So, yay. What's that, 65%? That's bonkers. Am I thinking of that right? 60 is, yeah, I am. 65%. Woo! I'm going to need it. I don't really need it, but I will feel better if I try it now than if it were a different day and I didn't feel so twitchy. Speaking of being twitchy and why I'm having a day, since I am professional, boom! The car repair fund, yay. How do I put this? I can tell you with the words and the things, because that makes sense. I only heard about the actual, I won't say the dollar amount, because what? But I will say what is wrong with the car at the moment. And this car is not a new car. This is the car that is worth probably less than $8,000 technically. But it's the only one I have, and I need to repair it if something gets broken because there's no way in hell I can afford to buy a new one. Probably ever. So this car needs to last until I am 80, 90, 100 years old. But apparently the front brake pad and rotors, the front sway bar, and the rear coil spring are busted-o. So if you know anything about cars, you have a general idea of what a problem that is. And unfortunately, it's also something that was freaking me out a little bit recently because it was being weird. The car was being real weird. It was being shaky and shimmery and just it was indicating something was wrong, and those three things at least are what were wrong. Thankfully, they can be repaired, but it's more the matter of the cost. And yeah. So any donations are appreciated. I know Patreon will actually help next month, seriously. Not that it ever doesn't, but I believe I said this on one of my streams where I've had Patreon for a few months now. People have been generous enough to be involved with that, except they don't, Patreon doesn't tell you, by the way, you're going to have to manually transfer the funds. We don't do it for you. And I was unaware of that for 2 months. So at the very least, that money that I was hoping to spend on the channel is now going to go into repairing the car. Woo! Ain't life grand? It's all right. This is there's that part of my brain. Then there's the other part that's trying to be positive. It's like, well, at least you do have those funds for the moment. I do. Is it nearly enough to fix it? No. That's okay. And I'll say it again, this is a Q&A stream, so feel free to ask questions of any sort, basically, whether they're whiskey related or not, if you are curious about anything. Because I don't I do ramble about myself, and I ramble about the channel a little bit. I certainly ramble about whiskey a little bit. This is really nice. The funny thing is, I don't like Elijah Craig that much, but I ended up having at least 5 to 10 bottles. Five? At least 5 bottles of Elijah Craig. And this is the one out of all of them that I prefer, even compared to the regular Elijah Craig. Weird, I know. Bourbon, hello, I see you. I see you. Epic bus nash protected. That's honestly what I was going to say. I'm in a good mental state, I can tell. Bourbon, you've missed that this is a Q&A. I did a video on Open 14 today. Well, technically yesterday. I'm using my new it's Bourbonite glass. It's crystal shiny. So pretty. I put in some Elijah Craig. That was their barrel pick. And I was talking about my car repairs. Woo! Because my car was being janky AF. On the recent trips to the city where I'd go see the chiropractor. That's kind of the funny part. One, when I got to meet Bourbon and Tony Two Toes and Jim, when I did go to Irene's, that is when I initially noticed some weirdness with my car. And since then, I've had to drive to the city a number of times, which isn't far. It's, 30 minutes-ish. But there was some weirdness going on, to say the least. Thankfully, at least it can be fixed, supposedly. But not fun. Many of you know that feeling. Oh yes, and Cheech is here. You missed that. I did the thing I shouldn't do sometimes is when I'm trying to listen to music to hype myself up and kind of distract myself a little bit from the day. And I did that before the stream started, and I believe the last song I heard got stuck in my head. And I can't remember who it is. Bourbon, for your update here. Front brake pads and rotors, front sway bar, and rear coil spring. That feels like, how do I describe that? Star Trek engineering speak to me. It's just like, those are things, I guess. Ugh. Oh, Mr. Whiskey Shit's had a day, did he? Was that last night? Was that last night? It was. I'm trying to think where the hell I was when Whiskey Central was on there. Wow. Ouch. Bourbon, are you guessing the cost? Because if so, no. Higher than that. Oh, that's better. I think, actually, I went the wrong way. Just realized that. I should have poured this one first, because this is the 45%. The other one, the Elijah Craig, is 47. I feel like I should pour something else in the middle, but also I'm doing a lot of pours for the stream because of the current stress I'm feeling. Yay. It's great. This is how you cope. Ugh. Is this a healthy way to cope? Probably not. That's all right. Living in the moment, as it were. I do have some half pours from the last stream, but these are pretty high up there too. So I'm not sure what that one is. I know these are both up there. Yeah, this barrel proof is 114. Oh, that's all right. I can backstep a couple points here. It should be fine. I hope you all enjoy the new time slot, if you want to call it that. One, fortunately, it's a good thing I did that since Adriana had her video come out at 6 p.m. today. She did a, what was it called when she's actually there when the video goes live? Premiere? Sure, that sounds right. She did a premiere on her video about mystery whiskey. That's good. I enjoyed it. I would have never guessed it was early times because the notes she was talking about, I was, what? Oh, I spoiled it. You should watch it, and it wasn't that, what I just said. Forget, I didn't say anything. Go watch that video. But anyway, I'm no good at keeping secrets, for one thing. Yes, I am, but that slipped out by accident. That's what. Oh, God, never mind. My brain doesn't want to work right now. I was awake at 7, and I went to bed at 2. It was at 1. I don't remember. Reading all the chat. I'm whistling. I don't know why. Yeah, that song's really stuck in my head. I can't not think about it. That's fun. Yay! I want to know what you all are drinking. I haven't asked. Some of you might not be drinking anything. I know Cheech said he was having a beer. I didn't catch what beer he was having. I tend to just stagger towards Guinness or what's the other one that I often get? Blue Moon. Or that's about it. Those are kind of the two extreme points, but those tend to be what's available. Colt 45, 40 ounce. I didn't know they did them that big. I know they had 24 ounces. Also, I'm not sure what Colt 45 is. I'm going to look. You can't stop. If you see something weird, it's your fault. Hell. Talk a little about the whiskey, but I have gone over this one before, so nothing's new about it. Not really. Oh, I see. That's like a liter of beer. Malt liquor, as it's being called. 5.6%. Introduced in 1963. It is 58 years old. That is old. That's a beer company as older than I am. You know, most of them are. Malt liquor. Oh, ugh. Enjoy, Cheech. Wow. I will say this Elijah Craig pick is actually kind of sweet. Just what I like about it, I suppose. And a little bit of oak. A good chunk of vanilla. Not too spicy. Still burns a little. That's okay. I'll have to try something like that someday. Probably not 40 ounces of it instantly, but I don't even know if I've had anything like that. I've had twisted tea. Those are malt beverage things, aren't they? They're probably terrible for you. Lots of sugar. But as a young lad, I didn't particularly like beer, so I always found alternatives like twisted teas or hard cider. What else did I used to drink a lot? Or drink regularly, I suppose. I drank a lot of Mountain Dew as a kid, and that's why the dentist is my friend. He loves me. I haven't seen a dentist in 2 years, by the way, because I don't have dental insurance. Woo! Fun. Stop thinking about negative things. Okay. What else did I drink when I was younger? Well, Southern Comfort, 100 proof SoCo, never again. Captain Morgan rum. Papa vodka. If any of you, I'm answering questions that no one's asking. I just realized that we were talking about beer, and suddenly I'm thinking about like personal things from ages gone by when I was a young man. Papa vodka was rough. There's also Burnett's flavored vodka. I got the raspberry stuff and mixed it with everything. Made everything taste a little better, and also alcohol. I really am blanking out on what kind of beers I used to drink. Other than, well, I didn't drink beers. I drank, like, after all, that's what I was saying. I drank mostly not beer. Cool Colt. Oh, I can actually click on things, can I? Cool Colt. I don't. That is scary. Ugh. I didn't go to college, so yay. That'll tell you a lot about why I haven't worked in 10 years. No, that's kidding. I have a distinct feeling college would not have been a good thing for me. Like, I visited my friends in college, and there were many times where it was not a good thing for me because I would overindulge and run out into the woods and not come back until morning. That did happen once. I didn't run into the woods, but I just went away for a bit, and no one knew where I went except me. And let's be honest, I don't remember all of it. It's quite a time. At the very least, I came back, so that's good. I had enough sense to get back to my friends somehow. Ooh. I have to stop it. Make me think of terrible mouthwash. I'm also trying to think about what. Oh, that's right. Well, I had to think for a moment. What would I call a terrible mouthwash? And I believe there was a cinnamon version of something that I did not enjoy. I can deal with mint to an extent, or eucalyptus mint, which is the one I use. But other things, not so much. Other flavors. There are bubblegum flavored ones. That's always weird. Upside down and inside up. If anyone knows that song, you know why it's stuck in my head now. Can't stop, won't stop. I feel like I should sing some songs at some point, but whenever I do that, people leave. So I will focus on the whiskey as best I can for the moment. Nothing spectacular about. Well, actually, it's actually really nice, Elijah Craig. And it's unfortunate that I can't let all of you sample it, but there's a certain someone here who will enjoy some of the It's Bourbon Nice Select picks that I have owned, and a special one. I'm trying to remember what it was. Oh, that's right. I remember what it is now. I'm not telling. There's a question. What have I been grabbing mostly lately? What have I been grabbing most lately? As a default, Eagle Rare. And that's because I'm terrified I will never be able to try it again, which is not conducive to getting another, I suppose. It's a little juxtaposed. I'm using a lot of words. I'm not quite sure if they're quite what they're supposed to be. So, as I mentioned on many streams, the Netflix heist about the Pappy Gate, where white dude has midlife crisis. That's the gist of it. They were showing, boxes of Eagle Rare being stolen. That just freaked me out because I know there are actual problems with people getting Eagle Rare in some places, or the prices are inflated. And even where I am, suddenly the Eagle Rare that I've been enjoying for the past couple of years, barely. I've bought maybe 3 bottles in total over the past 2 years, maybe. Suddenly they're not on the shelf anymore, and I have to ask if they have any, and they're in the back. Suddenly I'm that guy. Granted, place I go, I at least know, well, at least four of the employees who work there, and they've been working there quite a while since the place opened. So that's good for me. They are accustomed to my presence and my particular enjoyment of the whiskeys. And thankfully, there have been people not on this stream, but people have come to the streams and have donated bottles via that store. Since you can purchase them online, I just have to go pick it up. You just have to tell them it's me, all that kind of fun stuff. Yes, Spider Dude. Also welcome. Unfortunately, Eagle Rare is starting to live up to its name, and I blame the heist video for making it worse. And it was interesting, but it was also really dumb. Like all this story about Pappy Gate. And then I finally find out the reason for the madness, and it's just, I don't want to say disappointing, because that doesn't feel like enough. It doesn't feel like enough for the whole entire thing. It was, no, that's not the word I want to use either. I don't want to get into it. Let's say that. It was, watch it for yourself. Again, white dude's privileged white dude's midlife crisis, and drama, like bad drama, just nonsense. And I'm not going to feel bad for him. He got a slap on the wrist. Anyway, whiskey. Hello. He didn't help the Eagle Rare get any less rare. 30-minute mark. If you'd like to donate to the channel, please get in touch with me via my email or through Instagram. And also, if you'd like to donate to what is currently helping me repair my car or join my Patreon, you have options through PayPal and Venmo. Thank you for tuning in for this broadcast. Beep. Ugh. I feel like such a robot when I say that stuff. Granted, it is vital that I promote my stuff, I suppose. And that's not a bad thing. It just feels... The weirdest thing about our society, man, is that... Sorry, going into a weird voice. The curiosity about current culture is while advertisement is freaking everywhere, you're bombarded by it. If you are a single person trying to advertise what you're doing, you feel bad doing it. Or you feel at least a little weird about it. At least I do. But then again, I don't see myself as a brand. I guess that's it. People notice brands and they follow brands, and I don't feel like I'm a brand, and I don't want to be a brand. I'm technically an influencer. I'm influencing all of you via my mustache, I suppose. Maybe. Or my Star Trek, or the gentleman over my shoulders, who I always wonder what people think, because they just say me, and then they see these two random guys sitting here just... And of course I have the stuffed animal here, which makes people go, what the hell is with this dude? It's glorious. As I like to say, everything behind me is a tribute to my mental condition being as sporadic and random as possible. Cheers to that. It really is nice. Yeah. Oh, Frank, if you're still here. Hopefully, yeah, Frank, if you are able, you don't have to do it during a stream or anything, but when you do sample the samples, pour the samples, have the samples. Let me know what you think. Like, send an email or send an instant message or something. I'm curious as to what other people think about these bourbon options. Another reason for me changing the live stream time, other than just doing it by accident and not stepping on Whiskey Mountain's toes, thankfully. I'm not worried. She's doing fine. After my stream is the mash and drum. So you can tell him I sent you. Granted, I imagine all of you are going to go there anyway, but it doesn't hurt to say that. Doing a little pregame for him. I don't know if there's anyone else going live, but as I've said during other streams, I can't worry about that too much. Otherwise, it's going to bug me. I can't let it do that. I'm just going to do my thing. I believe in the future, for all of you who are here and all of you who are regulars, much like last week, I didn't do a stream on Wednesday. I feel like for now, I may do that as the norm, is just skip, like go every other week. I'm not doing it right at the moment. I believe I will be on Scotch Stananda, Ken's channel, this Saturday. I'm fairly certain I didn't do one this last Saturday because I get up early and have some whiskey and talk. Well, I have coffee first, and we talk Star Trek stuff and have some whiskey after. When it hits the noon mark, I can have a pour, but until then, no. So I'm realizing how much I'm doing and what the cost is, and I feel like doing 3 streams a week plus a 4th on someone else's channel, my brain starts to fry at that point. So I feel if I just remove remove a Wednesday every time, I'm going to have to do a stream on his channel. And I'm trying to be a little more active on other people's streams Granted, that doesn't get me 1,000 subscribers like that, but you gotta put yourself out there, or else no one will know who you are. And I have a mustache, so everyone will just be like, "What the hell? What's up with that guy? His weird mustache." In theory. We're actually closing in. Woo! Oh, that's good. We're actually closing in on 450 subscribers. Woo! Yeah, that's the idea, John. Also, John, hi, welcome. If I didn't say that earlier, I had no idea. Yes, so there's less burnout if I'm going to have to do another stream next week. Well, I don't have to, but next Wednesday will be when I start that, because I didn't think of that idea until I'd already not done one last week. So the idea will be I will have a stream. I'm having Wednesday stream this week. I'm having Wednesday stream next week. And then from there on out, I will skip every other week. And I'll probably have it at 7. I'll keep it like that, because I kind of like the slot a little better for a Wednesday. It's a little later. People have had their dinner. It's a little different because it's midweek. You know, it's actually a weekday. And with Friday streams and Sunday streams, I'm giving you an excuse to drink early, because on Friday it's Friday, woo, and Sunday it's Sunday, woo. And tomorrow's Monday, so have a drink. That kind of thing. And again, going before it's bourbon night. In this case, going before Mash and Drum. And with Friday, I'm going live before Bourbon Ridge and ADHD whiskey, but Bourbon Ridge technically. So there you go. I like to pregame, apparently. Give you a reason to self-lubricate. That doesn't sound right. I need to stop saying that. We are done with it's bourbon night pour. Now we're going to get onto something weird, which I'm going to actually have to analyze a little bit. And you'll note I say analyze because I don't like saying the word review. Review means I have some kind of special background thing. Is he? You know, I checked earlier, and he had nothing. Let's see when he started. Like I said, I can't be bothered to worry about everyone else. I stopped doing that. But I'm glad to see he's doing his own thing. Well, I can't even think. What is Magnolia? Oh, Magnolia. That's right. He's the one. It's all clicking now, Bourbon. That's his local place thing, and I have a bottle of that from you, from him. Nothing just started. He's already got more people than me. Stop comparing yourself to others. Well, I just started. Can't do anything about that. See, I checked too. That's the annoying part. I checked earlier to see if he was doing anything, and there was nothing there. Oh well. Let me see if I can find that bottle now. There it is. It's hiding. Oh. It's up for review. Maybe I'll do it next week. Oh, wait. Maybe I'll do it next week. Undecided. Oh, bleh. I have a workstation out there. You guys are making me have to actually get my shit together. Alex Brurier. Alex. Nice. Gotta love the... What do we call that? Hand delivery system? There's got to be a better way to call it that. The hand delivery system. Oh, I can't call it that. All right, here we go. We got a special bourbon coming up from Vermont, which feels a little weird to put in its bourbon night glass since they're mostly Kentucky. But oh well, I did christen it with their bourbon. Now I have to tarnish it with some other bourbon from a different state. That feels about right, yeah? Sure. I don't know anything about this other than where it's from. That's it. I have no idea if it's good. I assume it probably is not the best, but there's only one way to find out. I'm going to try and analyze as best I can. Okay. Got the little last bit in there. Don't want it to commingle. This is one I thought about doing a video about, but realized, why would I do that since no one knows what this is? But I've done that before. Here we are. You know what it is? I don't like this bottle. It's trying to be an actual whiskey bottle, but it's tiny, so it doesn't quite work. I don't know why. It's got this long neck, and it's just totally unnecessary. Uh-oh. I've made a grievous error. Or maybe I haven't. Maybe this was the great thing to do. I thought this seemed a little tall. I wasn't sure how much is in there. Now I know. That is about 3 ounces at least. Possibly 3.5. Possibly 4. Look what you've made me do. That doesn't sound right. Well, the color's good. It's a little light for my tastes. The hell? It's like non-existent. I don't smell anything. I don't know if that's... Yes, Mike, strong pour. Accidentally. Because I didn't know how much was in there. How much is in there? Let's find out exactly how much before I start sipping on it. Does it even tell me? Probably not. That's not easy to read. And for those who are wondering, you can check out more about this at thesmugglersnotchdistillery.com, which I will very likely do in a minute or two. It's 45%, and I can't find anything else on the bottle. Doesn't even tell me how much this is. It's supposed to. Oh, wait, there it is. 15 milliliters. Yeah, 50 milliliters. I don't know what that means. That doesn't sound like a lot, but I don't think in milliliters, so that's a problem. Now I'm confused if it's because I did such a large pour that I can't smell it, or it's just the whiskey itself. This is the dilemma. So the song's still stuck in my head, if you're wondering. 30 milliliters, 1 ounce. Then why? It looks like a lot more than 2 ounces to me. No, 1.667 ounces. So it's 3 ounces-ish. Almost 3.5. That makes sense. I was about to be very perplexed. Yeah. Yeah, that's my nice little measuring point in my brain. I have a feeling most people, once they learn that, that's why they like the glass a little more, because they can just they should pour it to here, and that's easy to remember. Rather than a shot glass, which is just why. So we'll say it's about 3 ounces, unfortunately. Also, fortunately. So if I start to fall out of my chair, you let me know. Also, Q&A is still open if anyone wants to Q&A anything. Ugh. Slight fruit notes of some sort. I'm really not getting much out of this. And again, I'm not sure if it's the actual pour or just the whiskey itself. A little swirl. I can't even swirl it properly. La 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 la. There we go. Almost. Earthquake, tornado. Yeah. Slight fruit note and a little bit of char? Maybe? Something that seems like peppermint. That's peculiar. Have a drink. All right, if you insist. Right. I'm not really sure what happened. Again, first drink. Don't think about it. Have the moment and pass it by. I am what? Hold on. Rephrase. Think. Brain think. Ow. I know that Whistle Pig. I don't know. I'm asking you. Whistle Pig is in Vermont, yes, but they used to import Canadian whiskey. There's a thing there. My brain, because I feel like I know of another distillery in Vermont, but that's my best guess. Cool running. Cheers. Schwelcome. 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 We're all here to drink whiskey and take names, and I'm all out of whiskey. Wait, no, that doesn't sound right. Okay. What's weirding me out is, and why I asked that is, I feel like there's some kind of rye note in here, but I don't know why I would get that unless I'm just, for whatever reason, thinking rye, Vermont. Weird, because the bourbon, it says bourbon right on it. So, for 51% corn, part of the reason I do this is if I say the actual information enough, it may stick. 51% corn is what you need to make it a bourbon, I believe. There's a definite reason why I don't try to do educational videos about whiskey, because I could go into my little rabbit hole about knowledge and knowing things, and the only thing you know is what someone else let you know somehow. So if you read it in a book, it's what someone else put there, and you think it's true. And once you memorize it, then it's your knowledge. But your knowledge came from someone else's knowledge. So where did they get their knowledge? And how do you know they got their knowledge from there? It's very complicated. Freaking science. Yeah, I'm wondering if it is, Cliff. But the only thing I can guarantee is that I don't know much of anything. I know my own experiences. That's it. So that's why I do whiskey videos about my experience with whiskey. Done. And I have heard many times. I guess the only way to get knowledge or wisdom or learning is you have to hear the same thing from more than one person, and then you have to find out where did they find that out. This is so complicated in my head. This is a rabbit hole. If I start to think about teaching and knowledge and wisdom, it hurts my brain. Maybe. It probably is young. I know their distillery hasn't been up for very long. It's been up there for a while. It's probably been 4 years minimum. So I'll find out. I'll let you know. That's what I wanted to do. They have a website. I figure we should check it out. While I sip on their whiskey, it seems appropriate. Ouch. Brian Toner, hello. Welcome. Welcome to the show. I don't know why I said it like that. And if I'm saying welcome to you twice, I apologize. My brain and my memory is terrible. I don't remember anything, mostly. Again, this is why I don't do educational whiskey videos. Ooh, that weird thing again. Not the whiskey, the past 2 streams I've done, suddenly the chat says, chat disconnected. Please wait while we try to reconnect you. Successfully connected. I don't know why that happened. It freaks me out a bit. Oh. I can't say anything about that, can I? Shit. I was going to say something about a meal option I am attempting to try for the first time that should show up on Friday, but I realize there's no point in saying anything about it because they're not paying me to do so. But I can tell you that I found out about it on the most recent Whiskey Tribe video. So if you know what that is, then you know what I'm doing, and I don't need to say anything else, I think. I can only wonder how loud this clicking is. Smuggler's Notch Distillery. Oops, that's not an I. Jeffersonville, Vermont. If you've ever been to Jeffersonville, Vermont, it's a lovely area. In the hills, in the mountains, I suppose. That's really what it is. You must be 21 years old. Remember me. Stupid asking that question thing. All right, here we go. Oh my gosh, go away. They have vodka. Smuggler's Notch Distillery. They've been doing some stuff, it looks like. I'll show you. It's better if I can actually show you than just talking about it. Ooh. It is not bad, isn't it? I had a sample of that at one point in time. I wasn't super impressed, but I did enjoy it. That's probably what started my little venture into accidentally having a whole bunch of Elijah Craig bottles. Amy Bohm, hello. Hello. Welcome. The amazing, the astounding, the ever present, the mod of mods, Amy Bohm. Welcome. I am just trying some weird Vermont whiskey. I'm going to try and find out more about the info since I'm curious about their mash bills, and I'm getting this peculiar, what seems like a rye note out of it. Ooh, there we go. Trying to do things is not easy. Oh, and again, it's been a little bit. If you are interested in donating to the channel, in this case, you're not really donating to the channel, you're donating so I can help, so you can help me repair my car. Woo! Please do. Links below, PayPal, Venmo. Or if you want to long-term support the channel, specifically, there's a Patreon option. Yay. Weird does not always be bad. Weird sometimes just means weird. Unexpected, even. Here we go. I have no idea how that looks. There we go. So here we have their little distilleries page. Father-son partnerships. Yeah, I don't even know that. 2006? Really? Man. That's how out of touch I am with Smuggler's Notch right now. I thought that place was maybe 4 years old, and it's telling me that you got started in 2006. Well, I mean, that wasn't that long ago. Well, really? Really? Cripes. They could have had 10-year-old whiskey there by now. All right. Let's find more info here. Amy Bohm. It's a car from 2007, and it's showing its age. I should not close this because people are going to keep asking me. I keep closing the file that tells me what's wrong with it. There we go. Broken or in need of repair are the front brake pad and rotors, the front sway bar, and the rear coil spring. Rear coil spring. So yay. Those are going to cost quite a bit to fix. Thus, my need for donations so I can fix that. Since, as many of you know, and some of you don't, I do not have a job of any sort other than this. Yay. I don't know why I'm saying yay a lot tonight, but I am. Let us look. Oh, they do have rye whiskeys. Okay. I'm looking at their bourbons. This is a straight. You can see what I'm doing. Straight bourbon whiskey. All right. Straight bourbon whiskey. Oh, and I also have their maple stuff. It's in the freezer. I haven't tried it. All right. I don't know what's going on with my brain right now. Our straight bourbon whiskey is formulated through purposeful sourcing of the finest distillate, carefully aging and extracting blending of distinctive flavors of corn, rye, and malted barley. Well then, for a whiskey called itself bourbon, it's meant. I know that. I mean, I don't actually know that. I assumed I knew that. Mixture of grains, at least 51%. The rest of our mash is filled with our malted barley and rye. How much of each? I guess I'm going to have to assume it's half and half, but that's not right. That doesn't feel right, especially when I'm getting rye notes on the nose here. Yeah, there's definitely rye in here. The hell, I shouldn't hold it like that. Also, Amy Bohm and others who are just showing up. This is my fancy crystal glass, which you can't see very well because I'm tiny and I forgot. I'll show you in a sec. Gold medal. Woo. 90 proof. Aroma of sweet corn and nutty rye. Nice. Full-bodied and oaky. A mid-palate taste profile, turns delicate with light vanilla overtones. Finishes with notes of chocolate and caramel. Enjoy straight or over ice. I mean, I got vanilla, sweet corn of some sort. Really sweetness. I don't know if I want to say corn. And the rye, I know it's on the smell. I'm not quite sure if it's on the taste. Let me make myself not tiny. There we go. That worked? Yes, it did. What? So for those of you just joining, this is my fancy glass now. Look at that. Isn't that fancy? So fancy. It's made of actual crystal. It's heavy, by the by. Like holding it up requires a little bit of effort. At Amy Bowen, I'm going to be pouring this after I finish this drink because I am in need of a beverage tonight, and I've had one little sip to get myself started. And this is the 130 Jack Daniel's single barrel proof that you sent to me. So thank you again. And also 65%, really? Wow. I'll be going to sleep early tonight, apparently. And for also, I'm sipping on. Oh, you saw it earlier. Someone saw it. I'm having a Vermont straight bourbon whiskey, and it seems like there's a high rye in it, but it didn't tell me, and I feel like I'm going to be hard pressed to actually find out that information. However, they did say 51% corn, and then they just said the rest is barley and rye, and I can only make some kind of guess there. You know, they left 49% to either of those or both of those, and I would assume barley is less because it often is, but also that's still a heavy chunk for each, as far as my understanding of whiskey goes. I mean, it could be 30% rye for all I know. It doesn't taste like it's 30% rye, but I have no idea. So yay. Stop saying so yay. All right, fine. Oh, this is one of those moments I was talking about on Adriana's stream. I feel like I need some kind of background music because as soon as I stop talking, it feels weird. Cliff Smith, thank you, sir, for joining us. Oh, and happy birthday again. I know that was recently. Was yesterday, the day before. I hope you had fun. I will see you again soon, I'm sure. Maybe Friday, maybe Sunday. We shall see. Always good to see Cliff here. Cliff is a legend, whether you know it or not. He is a whiskey legend, at least in the whiskey tube-ish community. Those who know, they know. And also, I met him at Irene Tan Store. Hopefully, I'll go back there again once my car is repaired. Yay. Okay, it was recently. It was yesterday. Oh, I'm so good at this. Oh, you know, I was going to say you could go to this channel and say this to this person, but they're not going live until tomorrow, maybe. And I feel like most of you know this already. But Cameron? Good God, my brain is on sluggish mode tonight. This is awesome. Drums and Rams. His birthday is today as well. Or his birthday is today. Cliff's was yesterday. There are a bunch of people on my Facebook having birthdays, and that's always interesting. These people are gotten older. That's how people know my birthday. I've been tempted to remove that and see who notices. Like say, I don't want this here anymore. No one cares. I had plenty of people wish me happy birthday this year. I think. I'm not a fan of Facebook, but I have to use it to broadcast things to people. Another thing, also still Q&A. I'm throwing that out there because I can't think today. Surely the faster I drink this, the better I'll be. Oh, I didn't even give myself pretzels. Whoops. Ha! What can I talk about that is the channel news? There will be some small merchandise eventually. Not actual merchandise. I'm talking about stickers and or coasters to start. I know I would like to get the idea of merchandise up someday, but that is a far-fetched idea since I am well aware of the fact that you need to spend money to make money, and I don't have money to spend to make money. I think that made sense. Right, Bourbon Baller? I hit 30 and then I hit 40. That's how it felt. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm probably still 30-ish in my head. Maybe 28 even. But I dreaded turning 30, and then I did, and suddenly I was 40 years old. That's the Pink Floyd song right there. No one told you when to run. You missed the starting gun. Wait, that's the ending part. How does the first lyric go? Other than 10 years have got behind you, no one told you when to run. You missed the starting gun. However, I was also diagnosed with mental health problems when I was 28, 29. And then I lost my job probably before I turned 30. It's not a great way to start. That's when things kind of went wrong. John McKellen, welcome. I could do something like that, I suppose. But as I mentioned, Glen Cairns ain't cheap. So it's unlikely I'll ever be able to make my own Glen Cairns. It's a maybe at best. I don't even know who I'd talk to do that. But for the most part, starting with possibly stickers and maybe coasters, because people like coasters, I think. And I'll be sending those out to patrons as a test run first for those who are willing to give me their info. That is. Ugh. Bye. Sway bar bursting in the spring. Well, yes. But thank you for the offer. I don't remember where you are. I have a feeling you're not near Rhode Island, though. And that would make it hard to get a car that's not quite working great to anywhere. Even driving 30 minutes away is sketch AF right now. I am surprised. I'm not surprised, but I feel very lucky that my car didn't just break on the highway at any point in time, because I've been driving to and from Providence over the last 3 weeks. 3 weeks? 4 weeks? To see the chiropractor, because unfortunately my medical does not cover anyone else nearby. So I have to drive 30 minutes and 30 minutes there, 30 minutes back, just to have someone crack my neck and my back. Feels much better afterwards, but also feels really dumb. Whiskey Nose. Hello, sir. How are you? Have a drink. Have a drink. I have had a few. I don't know where I am or how. No, I'm fine so far. I did pour this, and I quickly realized that was too much because it looked like this, and there was more in it earlier. Also, look at my fancy glass. It's fancy. This is the It's Bourbon Night. New logo, 5-year dealie. And we're also talking about Q&A, and we're also talking about my car being broken for the moment. Ugh. Here's the sad thing. Here's spoilers. The car will get repaired, but not by me. My parents, unfortunately, are going to foot the bill. And I hate that. I really do, because this is not a cheap fix. And I don't want my parents to have to pay for anything. I don't like putting them in that position. But I can't do anything about it, really. Yeah, and the only money I get is from here. So if you want to join Patreon, helps every month. If you want to join, I was going to say something else, but there's nothing else to join. But if you want to donate to the channel, we have Venmo and PayPal, if you'd like. Only if you want to. Only if you want to help me out. Otherwise, don't do it. And it feels funny because I just did the stream on Sunday where people entered the raffle and someone won, and I get sent it out. So it's like, oh, good. I made a couple bucks. Sweet. And then, no, you didn't. Screw you. Oh, nice. You having a good time? I don't know why I said it like that. I feel like I'm trying to pick up your accent, but I can't quite remember what it is. If you talk like this a little bit, it almost sounds like it, but not quite right. What kind of cider? I default to, what? No, Angry Orchard, because I'm angry. I'm always angry. It's not bad. I mean, I would certainly have a sip of this, but really, I don't feel like this is meant for a Glencairn. I'll put it that way. It's tasty. It's not anything spectacular. It's nice. It's enjoyable, but it's that rye note that's really throwing me off. And that's just because I don't know the mash bill, so there's that. Oh, cherry ghost pepper. What the fuck? You did mention that you had some kind of interesting cherry cider up there. Down there? Over there? Over there. Sorry. In your area. I'll have to look into that. You mentioned a cherry cider, but I don't remember what kind. If it's a ghost pepper cherry, I don't know if I want to deal with that. I am a fan of some spice, but I pushed my limits to the max occasionally. I believe spicy food is a very interesting experience because it's momentarily just awful, and you kind of put yourself through a small bit of trauma when it happens, depending on how spicy it is, and sometimes you're suffering for more than a little while. And then you get out the other side, you get like this high, like this buzz. It's like, oh gosh. I think it plays on the adrenaline of a human being by putting you in a situation where everything feels off. Everything, your body is telling you something is wrong. This is bad. This is poison. What have you done? And then after that, it's kind of the fight or flight thing. If anyone knows what that is, I assume some of you do, where your body just kind of, dumps a lot of adrenaline. And then afterwards, you get this little bit of euphoria. I feel like that's what spicy food is. Stupid endorphins, yeah. Stupid spicy food will do that to you. So you get a little bit of a high off it, kind of like a runner's high. It's pretty sweet. Not that I've had one in ages. I don't drink spicy food very often. This is super sippable. Look at that. It does leave my tongue feeling a little dry, but not much else. And I'm still going to wonder about that rye smell for quite a while. And it's only 45%. I have to give them credit, though. They released it at 45%. And they didn't have to as a smaller distillery, but they did. So points there. You know what? I want to go to the distillery now. Not because I think their whiskey is amazing, but because I know where it is and I really like that area. I would like to go there in the winter, or at the very least in the autumn. I have said this on stream before, and my parents like to go to Smuggler's Notch in the summer. And let's just say I feel a bit odd going to a ski resort in the summer. Beautiful area, very scenic, plenty of hiking and mountains and such, but no, I want to go there to ski. I haven't done that in years and years. Oh well. Someday, when I'm awfully low, when the world is cold, I believe. Sorry, I've convinced myself if I sing, everyone goes away. Kind of an awful feeling. I don't know why I say that. But there it is. I know it's not true. Unfortunately, when you're a whiskey channel and you sing, people are like, what the hell? I want to hear you talk about whiskey, you son of a mustache man. So, scale 1 to 10, I'll say 6. I don't know why I'm doing a scale from 1 to 10. I blame ADHD whiskey. There you go. He started doing ratings and I despise ratings. I don't really despise them. But I don't like rating anything, but if I call it a personal rating, I feel a little better about it since it doesn't mean much of anything. It means I give it this. Does that hold any value? Not yet. Not really. Some of you may find value in that. But you'd also have to have similar taste to me. That's kind of the funny thing about whiskey, which we've talked about, which most people know. And I think it's a good thing to point out in the world is the one good thing about whiskey is that everyone can have one that they like that others won't. However, the enjoyment of the whiskey is the part that brings everyone together. Is you can get one bottle of whiskey, give it to 7 different people all at the same time, and all of them will come up with something different. But then it becomes a shared experience. Then people start to bounce stuff off each other. It's actually quite amazing to see, and that's why I like it. I like seeing that. It's part of why I didn't decide, but I had considered getting into doing tastings for people back in 2019. You can see why that didn't go anywhere. But now I'm doing it digitally. Maybe I can do that in the future. Send hand-delivered samples to people. Ouch. That'd be kind of fun. Although I have done that sort of thing with other YouTube streamers. I believe I did that with, well, all of them, actually. Come to think of it. I just put those 2 and 2 together. Yeah, Whiskey Central, we both had the same kind of whiskey. Adriana, we had the same kind of whiskey. So that was her first try of Chattanooga, and she loved it. And then it's Bourbon Night, so Chad and Sarah. We tried a bunch of their stuff, I think. And then Aquavite, we tried some bourbons, because I thought that would be fun. And thankfully, he had 2 of my favorites. He had, I believe he had Eagle Rare. Did he have Eagle Rare? Or was it 4 Roses? Well, he had some that I liked. We had 2 or 3. I don't remember. Because that's why I do the videos, because I don't have a great memory. I want to drink this faster, but I don't want to drink this too fast. There's the dilemma. You know, this might be pretty good at a cocktail. I don't know which one. No, I can't do that now. I was thinking to myself, I could put this in an old-fashioned easily. And then I have to get up and make an old-fashioned, which I don't feel like doing right now. I'd rather just sit here and enjoy the company of those who are here. Yay. Oh, and for those of you just joining, this is also a Q&A. Unofficially, officially. So if anyone has any questions about me or the channel or whiskey, do tell. I was hoping to get some questions from people before the stream. It didn't happen. I should say I don't think it happened. Sorry if that was loud. I bumped a thing there. Oh, someone did something. The one bad part about this is I look at my phone. I have to look at my phone to know what's happening. Mike, thank you. You son of a gun. Mike, you are too generous. I like you. But you're also too generous. That'll help. I will. Yeah, I tried 2 different places. Ugh. Rock Gut, what are you doing? God. Sorry, I glanced at Instagram. I was trying to check Instagram for the story I put out about the stream change in time. And I had put ask me a question, but no one asked me questions. And with Patreon as well, no one asked me questions. Makes it hard to do a Q&A when no one asks the questions. But I'm okay with that. I can just do the stream I always do, which is just to go into utter chaos mode, where I just talk a little bit about the whiskey. I am fascinated by this whiskey. I will give it that, because I don't know what's in it. I feel like it's a heavy rye. Oh, this is kind of nice, actually. This time slot is nice as far as the time of day that I enjoy. I technically like the evening time, and because of summer, that's been shifted around a bit. A dream bottle? Well, that would be a Redbreast 12 Dream Cask, which I will never have. That's why it's a dream bottle. I don't even know if I'd like it. I'm just kind of enamored by the idea of that kind of bottle. And it's because it's special release ish. You can only get it via them. There aren't a heck of a lot of them, that sort of thing. I don't even know anything about the recent Dream bottle. Dream cask. I just know it's gone. See what they say. See what the internet tells me about this. What? Okay. Thus why it's rare and not something I'm ever going to have. Made by Irish distillers at its Middleton Distillery in County Cork, the Redbreast Dream Cask Oloroso Sherry Edition is a 29-year-old single pot still Irish whiskey that master blender Leighton said celebrate Leighton? Sure. Leighton said celebrates the singularity of Redbreast style and represents the fulfillment of a dream to share an annual release like no. I actually could have got it to find out more. Like no other. Well, I could have known that. 29-year-old freaking sheesh. That's the dream, I suppose. I've had the 15-year. I feel like I've had the 21-year too. Like a sample of it, not actually the bottle. Yeah, I have had a sample of the 21-year. And it went it became a totally different thing. Completely different thing. So I am curious what 29 years would do. That's 8 more years. Cripes. Irish whiskey and scotch are so crazy. I mentioned this in today's video. Hopefully you watched it. It was about Open 14. How I was presented with the question of age for a bottle of whiskey. And immediately my brain said, well, bourbon, 10 years is usually where they like to stop. They'll go 4 to 10, maybe more, maybe a little more. I know there's a Russell's 13 that's kind of the talk of the town at the moment. But with Irish and Scotch, they will go 10, 14, 18, 16, 21, 25, 40. I've had a 40-year-old still sitting in front of me, actually, because I can't bear to finish it, and it was so good. I will finish it soon. I don't quite know when, but I know holding on to a half sample of 40-year-old whiskey is not a good thing. I need to get it in my system because it is delicious, and that is what it's meant for, to be drunk, to be consumed by consumers. If you don't do that, you are misunderstanding the concept of what whiskey is made for. I believe I've talked on this point many times, a few times. Just recently, I started finding out about commodity fetishism. I don't quite understand. I don't think that's the exact way of putting it, but it's when you impart a certain value to something just because it is, and that is certainly something that is done in the whiskey world. For example, a 29-year-old Redbreast 12 would have a great deal of value because of its rarity, so someone would pay a lot for it. And there are some people out there who would buy that bottle and then just put it on a shelf. That's all they'd do. They would not open it. They would not drink it, which is crazy, or at least I would disagree with that. They can do whatever they want with their money in their bottle, but the whiskey was made specifically so people could drink it, not so you could put the bottle on the shelf and leave it there forever. I believe there was a skit, a thing. I wonder if I can show this. Hold on. I know I can. This will be the first time I'd ever tried something like this. Like, I had words. This will be the first time I tried something like this. So I'm not sure if this will work. Did I leave it here? First, I have to find the link, and then I have to paste it, and then I have to hope that it'll work. I don't think it will. No, I can't find it. Nope, don't know where it is. Oh, wait, there it is. Found it. Let's see. How do I do this? Nope, that's not it. This is complicated. I'm sorry. That's not what I meant to do at all. Oh! I'm having a time with this, I promise. It's worth it. It's worth the wait. It really is. If I can figure this out. There we go. Okay. Wait. Here's the problem. I don't know if I can't tell if you can hear this. I'll do this. That's not going to help. I'm so good at this. All right. First, I have to share the screen. No problem. I'm really hyping this up. It's probably not a good thing. And you let me know if you can hear it, because I can't tell if you can. You can hear me, but I don't know if you can hear the computer. So I don't know if you hear audio from the computer, because I'm not used to doing this. Blip. Bloop. Okay. Now if I do this, what happens? Did that work? It did. Oh, I can tell that. First, let me know if you can hear this. I'm going to start it over. You probably can't hear anything. And it's only funny if you can hear her accent. But I also can't tell if you can hear it, because I can't hear it because my speakers are off. If you can't hear it, I can turn my speakers on. Do you hear it? Do you hear it? Do you hear it? If you can't, I have to fix it. I assume you can't. You can at least read it, but it's funnier if you hear her talking, for the record. No sound. I didn't think so. All right, here we go. We're breaking the sound barrier. We're twisting the rules. Everything's changed. Hello. Now I hope this isn't too loud. If it is, it's going to suck. Let me know if you can hear it now. You probably will be able to.
Welcome to this guided tour of Uptonmuir Distillery. My name's Craig. Today I'll be taking you through the majestic history of Ushkaba, Aqua Vita, the water of life itself, whiskey. Please note that is whiskey without an E. If it's got an E in it, that means it's Irish. And if it's called Scotch, that means it's American. And it means it's British. We have been distilling whiskey here for hundreds of years because, as I'm sure you could tell when you arrived this morning, there's absolutely fuck all else to do around here. Our whiskey is unique and noted for its peaty flavours, which is another way of saying it tastes like mud. As you can see, we store it here in these oak barrels, giving an extra oaky, woody taste to your muddy drink. I'll be honest with you, I'm not much of a whiskey fan myself. I like a Tennent's on a hot day, and on a cold day, a slightly warmer Tennent's. And now the part of the tour I'm sure you've all anticipated, it's the sampling. So please take a wee glass, swirl it round, give it a sniff, nod sagely like you know what you're talking about, pretend you like the taste, commit to buying a full-size bottle in the gift shop for £75. That bottle will then sit unopened in your house for the next 40 years because you paid £75 for it, so you're not drinking it. It will then be inherited by your children, and they won't drink it either. Will then be found and ultimately thrown out by whichever person the government is charged with clearing out your child's house after they die, a hoarder surrounded by 40 cats. I can see there are some youngsters on the tour. Of course, they would not be allowed the samples. I will take those away. I don't like drinking the whiskey, but I will if I have to. Thank you for visiting the distillery today. If you want to buy any whiskey, there's some in the gift shop. What? What somebody said my name.
Right? Boop. There we go. Hopefully I'm back to my normal size. Wasn't that amusing? I enjoyed that. I hope you did. I shared that all over the place. Oh, I should turn this off now. Hello. Yes. She's a kindred spirit. And I especially like the part where she talks about buying it at the gift shop. And you're not going to drink it because you spent 75 pounds for it. And of course, it is then sent to your children, and then it is thrown away. that is the feeling I've had with the idea of buying a bottle of whiskey and then never drinking it. However, I do understand the feeling of having a bottle and not wanting to finish it, and maybe not wanting to open it, because if you do open it, you're going to finish it. For me, there is this one over here. I don't know if you can see it. You can. This is my Nika from the barrel. It's really good. It was probably $65. It's probably gone up in price now, come to think of it. And I also have another one behind me. I don't know exactly where it is. Where is it? Where did I put it? Oh, it's over here now. This one right behind it. I actually organized all the Japanese whiskeys over here now. This is Nika. It is Hibiki. Suntory, I think. Yeah, Suntory, Japanese whiskey, Hibiki. Another one I don't want to finish because it's 75 pounds, $75. And I will not buy another one. I would like to, but because of the Japanese whiskey boom that happened right about the time I bought the bottles, the prices went up and the production slowed down, which is not conducive to being able to buy more of it, if you know what I mean. But I'm glad that worked. I had to use my speakers, so that was a little different, a little weird. Glad it picked up on the mic. I may do things like that again because it's amusing to me, if nothing else. And also I have to remember where the links are. It's always a thrill. And sometimes I have to go to Twitter, which isn't always the best, but that's okay. Twitter can be an interesting place as long as you don't stay there too long. Otherwise, people have opinions and they like to rage. I can do another Q&A if you have any more Q&A, or if you'd like to donate to the channel, links are below. There's PayPal, there's Venmo, and you can join me on Patreon and learn all about how weird I am. You're welcome. Recommendations for the moment, still Netflix, Bo Burnham, Inside. Very good. As long as you can have a crude sense of humor sometimes, you'll be good. Otherwise, don't watch it. But those songs have been living in my head rent-free for a while. And I could also relate to it a little bit since I'm a YouTube creator person. And he did a masterful job with a lot of the stuff he did. It made me think about doing better. It inspired the video I did a couple weeks ago, Being Me. And it was a little jaunt into my daily weirdness and distractibility. Yay. If you haven't noticed, I'm very distracted. Constantly. My brain bops around a lot. I like to say it's similar to being in a pinball machine. Just ding, 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 ding. It's really great when it gets stuck and it goes. Oh, those are the best. I forgot we slipped into hour 2. And sometimes that's when I start singing. That's also when I start scaring people away from singing. So I'm undecided. If I feel like singing a song, I will. How's that? I just don't know what that is yet. Amy Bohm, if I don't get to it, I am drinking the sample tonight. I realize I'm trying to trudge through this Smuggler's Notch whiskey, which is what I poured second. And it's tasty. It's still not something I would pour in a Glencairn, though. It is something for casual sipping. There's not a hell of a lot to it for my tastes. However, as an introductory bourbon, as a 45% introductory bourbon, actually, that wouldn't be bad. I would recommend that, actually. That would be a nice starter. Crap. The sudden realization of that just made me think, I could send that to my friend who's, shit. No, I can't. I drank it all. It's in my glass. It's all right. I'm sure I can get samples of some other way. And they do have a maple flavored one because guess what? Vermont, they have to. If they didn't, it'd be weird. And I will try to find out the mash bill of this one since I am convinced it's a high rye. A higher rye than usual since I don't get a rye feeling on Wild Turkey, but that is considered Wild Turkey 101, but that is considered a high rye bourbon. So, And now I have Bo Burnham's song stuck in my head just because I said his name. I made you some content. Daddy made you your favorite open wine. Here comes some content. It's a beautiful day to stay inside. That's where the song ends. It's a good song. Yeah. I won't say anything bad about this whiskey, although I probably did already. It's enjoyable. It's a little spiciness, like barely. A little bit of dryness at the end. I am interested to try more, not only from Smuggler's Notch, but other places in Vermont and even Rhode Island. I've only had a few different versions of things in Rhode Island. There are still bottles. Here's another weird part about being a content creator of whiskey things. I would like to review whiskeys from the area I live in, but I have to buy them, and they're expensive because they're small craft distilleries. Each bottle is at least $60 or more. And as we are finding out tonight, I do not really have extra funds. However, I did get a donation tonight from the Mike Franklin, who was our lucky winner the last stream. And his samples went out today. Amazingly enough, I got out the samples within 2 days, which surprises the hell out of me. But I did it, yay! And they are being hand delivered as we speak. Let me know as soon as they arrive, Mike. I want to know they made it there in one piece. Ouch. Ouch again. Oh, tingly. What else? I'm just I'm just bummed in my head. There's this heavy feeling, and this is the best way to describe it, because of this car issue. And for those of you who aren't aware, if there's a car issue, I don't have a car at the moment, meaning I can't go anywhere, which is fine. I usually don't, but ugh. Oh gosh, business cards. Don't make me go on a rant about business cards. In my brain, a business card is something you give to someone else to lose or throw away. That might not be true, but that's how I feel they are. I could get in touch with them via email. At least then they would have to communicate somehow, because most distilleries, if they get an email from a customer, will respond in some way, or not at all if I'm, that guy saying, hey, check out my YouTube channel. I don't even like telling people I have a YouTube channel. I will only mention it, and then I will stop. This is something I believe Daniel does. Daniel Whittington from Whiskey Vault is where you only say so much and then you stop when in a conversation and allow the person to ask more. If they don't, you don't say much else. You continue on to some other conversation. But if someone said, like if I say to someone, I really like whiskey. Heck, I have a YouTube channel dedicated to it. Dot, end of sentence. The concept is they will say, oh, you do? What's it called? Or they'll say something along the lines of, oh, interesting. And then continue to talk about something else. So there has to be a genuine interest. I've sold this to people on my streams before, that there has to be a genuine interest or a genuine want to participate. Otherwise, I do not want to feel like I am making people be here. And that goes for the people who are guests. I do not want to track them down. I do not want to bug them over and over again about being on the stream. I haven't really had that problem so far. There's been a couple people where, hey, you want to be on the stream? And nothing comes of it. That's okay. I can let it lie, leave it alone. But I do think about it because my brain is like that. Yay. However, I really can't complain too much considering the initial guests I've had so far. I feel very fortunate and very lucky. I'm telling myself that just so we're clear. I feel very fortunate and very lucky, don't I? That I've had such amazing guests on the channel so far. And I really do like enjoying the mystery guest thing because it's just me and the other person who know until just about the time the video goes live. The stream goes live. Hello. Groceries. What'd you get? Did you get pizza? I hope you got pizza. Welcome. The Roop. I mean, you aren't really late. You would be completely late if I had been streaming since 6, but I didn't. I've only been streaming since 7. We've been enjoying good company and good whiskey, or at least semi-decent whiskey with this one. And most importantly, I am now officially, in this moment, pre-gaming for the Mash and Drum. So, let him know I sent you. And by that, I mean you were probably going to watch his stream anyway. But let him know I sent you. I probably won't be at his stream since I am fatigued and strung out slightly. The whiskey's helping. I'm feeling less strung out. But many of us here know the feeling of you had car problems, you took it into you take it into the mechanic, and they're like, oh yeah, it's going to be a lot to fix it, and some things are broken. But oh man, Detroit style. I don't even know what that is, but it sounds amazing. Or do I know what that is? Well, pizza's good. I'm not a pizza snob. I will not get into an argument about this type of pizza is the best. But oh well. Brian Toner, hello, welcome. You've been here. Hi. Jets. Why are we saying Jets? Detroit Jets. And I still have inside stuck in my head. Here's one thought I had just now. There is a distillery in Rhode Island where I know a guy who works there. He has a big old beard. Or at least the last time I saw him, he did. So he might be the most interesting person. He might be someone who would be willing to be a guest on the stream. But I don't know. Oh, it's called Jet's Pizza. They're Missouri. Sorry, Mississippi? Minnesota. I was never great at learning the states. Detroit. Michigan. I got it. I saw Detroit. I'm like, Detroit. And then the Michigan part didn't click until now. You be quiet. I haven't had enough to drink, obviously. I thought Mississippi first, honestly. Ugh. Hell, my brain is the type that when someone says Washington, I don't think of the state first. I think of the place near me. That's it. If that's even near me. Now, there's probably a whole bunch of Washington places, actually. I'm checking now because I'm not sure what I'm talking about. Bourbon Neophyte, hello, welcome. Have a pancake. I don't have a pancake, but if I did, you could have one. Boom. Michigan is a nice place to leave. Oh, okay. I would like to visit Washington someday because it sounds like a nice area. Granted, we're talking about Michigan, but I'm not even sure Michigan. I think Michigan's in the middle somewhere. West coast of Michigan. There we go. I was thinking of Washington, D.C. When someone says Washington, I think of Washington, D.C. first. Because it's nearby. Washington, the state, is on the other side of the freaking state. Country. I know what I meant. Ah, one of those. The funny looking one. The one that looks like an oven mitt. Right? I have no idea. Is that Illinois? I don't think that's Illinois. Did I mention I didn't go to college? You know. I'm using Google Maps right now to tell me things. Aha, it is the one that looks like mitten. Wow. For some reason, I knew that. That was some random information in the back of my brain. Okay. Michigan is the Canada of the United States. Nice. Washington State. It's beautiful over there. The forest and the mountains, I hear. I've never been there. And there you have a city, and it has a spaceship needle thing for some reason in the city. Ethan Turk, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Yeah, well, as I said earlier in the stream, I'm fortunate that nothing went seriously wrong because there were apparently some things that were broken, but the usual, it could have been worse. It is unfortunate that it is a fair amount of money to fix it, and it will be fixed, but I just hate putting the burden on my parents, and I'd rather have, like, the next few streams, most of the next streams for the rest of the year are going to be probably about helping me fix the car or paying my parents back to fix the car, because I hate putting that on them. It's just I do not have the money. I don't have money, believe it or not. With all the whiskey behind me, you think I do? I don't. I don't have. It's because I don't have a full-time job. I don't have a job. This is the job. Believe it or not. Thus, we have to get to 1,000 subscribers and the 4,000 watch hours, and then that sweet, sweet ad revenue will be mine. We'll see if that happens. I keep telling myself, well, there are people whose entire concept on YouTube is that they watch other videos and react to them. So if they can do it, well, I suppose I can eventually. Tennessee. A smooth Tennessee whiskey. You're as sweet as strawberry wine. You're as warm as a glass of brandy. And honey, I stay stoned on your love all the time. Tennessee. Whoa. Whoa. Well, that'll definitely help. Thank you. That hasn't happened in a hot minute. I am very grateful. I only wish it would show up on Super Chats, but then again, YouTube would take a cut, and we don't want to do that. Thank you. I'm suddenly at a loss for words. Ethan Turk. I'm doing so well right now. Thank you. Really, that was incredible. My brain. Yes, it doesn't take much to set me off on a song. That was fairly easy to do. Tennessee whiskey. And I only know that part. That's probably it. That will help a lot. believe it or not. That's yeah. Trying to do the math. I can't do math. Anyway, that's a decent chunk. I appreciate that. My parents appreciate that because then they aren't in debt. I have a feeling they're going to use a credit card, which is no bueno. And of course, the general hope, as many of you may know or may not know, is the idea with the channel is to grow the channel to the point where I can get ad revenues / super chats. Super chats I'm less interested in because of It's convenient, it's easy, but YouTube takes its freaking cut. As Hot Butter Rolls has implied from his channel, he's monetized, and he would rather not. He would rather not have donations sent through super chats, which I can understand. If YouTube takes that 30% out of there and possibly more, yeah, not cool. But ad revenue, yay! Distant thought. We are close to hitting 450 subscribers, and as I sometimes say, if each of you that are here now tell 2 of your friends to subscribe to this channel, even if they don't like whiskey, just tell them there's this crazy guy with a mustache who's doing stuff. That would be 20. No, wait, 40. I can't do math. That'd be 40 more subscribers. But it's not up to me. It's up to you guys. The weirdest thing about doing YouTube stuff is it's not necessarily about everything I do. It's what your viewers do and / want. It's all about the viewers. People have to want to do it. That people have to click the damn button, even if you tell them it's free. In fact, telling them it's free will make them do it, possibly. It's more likely. Supposedly, I have no idea. I'm always surprised when my numbers go up. Granted, I know it went up a lot recently because, thanks to It's Bourbonite and Roy from Aquavite. The big names, man, they're getting me those sweet subscriptions. Then again, they don't have to stick around. However, I know in my case, and maybe in yours, you subscribe to a YouTube channel and sometimes you just don't ever unsubscribe. Ever. You have no reason to. All right, we're finishing the last of this wonderful Smuggler's Notch bourbon. It's lovely. It's okay. That was lovely. Had to make a weird face. Got a little water in the glass, a little water in the mouth. Mm-hmm. And for those of you drinking along with me, drink more water. Just do it. Stay hydrated, people. It's important. Well, it's kind of important. All right. I feel like this is going to be a mistake. This will definitely be the last whiskey I have this evening. And I'm fairly certain the Smuggler's Notch whiskey hasn't quite hit my brain yet. But I did have some food before the stream, so I should be fine. And this is Jack Daniel's single barrel proof. Funny enough that we were talking about Tennessee. And this is 130 proof. I'll see you all tomorrow. What is this called? Hot Butter Rolls calls it time travel. I'm getting there. But I'm in a much better mood suddenly thanks to that very generous donation because, and however, as generous as that was super generous. I'm still kind of dumbfounded by that. But as I was saying, the donations for this stream and many others to come will likely be for the repairing of the car. Technically, I have to parenthesize or star that. The car is going to get repaired, and it's going to be paid for, but it's going to be paid for by my parents, and I don't want that to be the thing that they have to do. I want to give them the money so they don't have to use their credit card kind of situation. So I'm pretty sure they don't have that amount of money just lying around, unfortunately. And the worst part is, in my head at least, knowing how much my car is technically worth, and then knowing how much the repairs are going to be. We're in that kind of territory where there is part of my brain that's saying, hey, you're dumping a lot into this car and you can't afford to get a new one, though. It's great. Someday I imagine I'll have a Tesla? Electrical car that drives itself and takes me places where I don't have to think about it. I feel like that is Star Trek stuff right there. Getting in a car and just saying, go to this place, and it goes there, and you don't have to ever do anything. That would be amazing. We're not quite there yet. Oh, and also that it doesn't pollute the air. because I don't like breathing in crap. Didn't know? You know now. This is a problem. And I am very eager to try this because I know, for one thing, Jack Daniel's Barrel Proof is good, but I don't think I've ever even had a whiskey. Oh, wait, yes, I have. I forgot. I was about to say I've never had a whiskey this high in proof, but there is one that I have had that is 66%, and that is Alberta Premium, which is a Canadian whiskey of all things. It's sitting behind me, and I will show it as soon as I get this plastic off. Actually, I almost have it. You know what? I do have it off, technically. Hold on. Hold, please. Unscrew the top. Memphis. Oh, shit. Well, Brian Toner, I hope you have a good time when you go there. I've never been to Tennessee. I've never been to a lot of places. Let me rephrase that. I don't remember being in Tennessee, but my parents did do a lot of... We did go on a cross-country trip when I was a kid. However, I do not know where the hell we went. There we go. That's perfect. I like this one. This sample thing is amazing. I'm going to send some people some... I'm going to send a person some samples with these cleaned out vials because they're so neat. Oh my gosh, I can't get this plastic off here. It's driving me nuts. Uber will drive you around. Would you hold on? You just have to deal with the driver. Yeah, I don't like dealing with drivers. Honestly, I'm trying to think. The only most recent times I've had to deal with an Uber / taxi type service was when I was in... Where was I? When I was in Vegas. Vegas is the last time I remember having to do that, but that's it. And then, no, wait. There was another one. There was... Where was it? Hold on, thinking. Oh, Providence. I went to Providence with a friend, and we were both having drinks and possibly something else. So driving was not a good idea. So we didn't. There you go. A little meetup. Have some whiskey. Go to Jack Daniel's place. I have no idea where that is. Probably Memphis. This cap doesn't want to go back on. That's cool. All right, we're coming to the end of the stream. Last few minutes for anyone else who wants to donate. There have been some good donations tonight, I'll admit. There will be many more to come in the future, I hope. You can join Patreon as well. That helps a lot. That's a nice little monthly kick. And I most recently hit my goal for monthly income from donations via Patreon. And that means I had to double it up. So going for phase 2 of Patreon at this point. And hopefully that'll happen within the next 6 months or so. That'd be cool. We are at July suddenly. Almost August. Oh gosh, I'm not ready. I'm not ready for autumn. I really am not. There is so much going on after autumn. September, I should say. It's not even funny. But looking forward to it a little bit. Traveling a bit. Going places, seeing people. Meeting Whiskey 2 people will be happening in the autumn times. So I look forward to that. Not particularly looking forward to the cold. But I'm not exactly a fan of the heat right now. So there's that. And now that I poured this, let's take a little sniff. I only got about 5 minutes. I'm going to enjoy this moment. I hope you will enjoy it along with me. With whatever you're drinking, let me know. I know some of you have beer, some of you have cider, some of you have other whiskey. Look at the color on this, though. Good God, right? That is gorgeous. I like this as a color. It looks almost amber-ish. But that's actually quite a hefty pour, almost like the other one. Anyway. Ugh. Whew. That is... Doesn't smell like Jack Daniel's, but it is spicy. I like that. Oh, yeah. My nose is going, that's a lot of proof. It is. It smells sweet, slightly oak. Definitely baking spices. I say that with every bourbon I smell. More cinnamon. Granted, this is a Tennessee whiskey. There's no real difference, but just in case someone wants to freak out. Oh, it does smell wonderful. Woo! But does. All right, so I want to do more with this, but I'm going to take a sip now because I only got 5 minutes left till the stream ends. Again, recommending you all go to the Mash and Drums channel next and let him know that I sent you. Just because you're probably going in there anyway, but it's nice. It's a nice thing to do. It's nice to maybe get him to come on over and visit someday. We'll see. He was on Livewire last night, I think. So were a bunch of people. That was actually nice seeing a whole bunch of Whiskey 2 people in one place. I enjoyed that. I was there, but I was also, if you go back and watch it, I was there not saying much and also trying to edit the video for the next day because multitasking. But I wanted to be involved in the stream because it was a Scotch one. And that was fun. Whoa. You know what? It doesn't actually drink like a 65%. It is spicy, cinnamon-ish, a little dry on the palate. Oh, the neighbor decided to start vacuuming. That's my cue. That is a long finish, Amy. Woohoo! Oh, that's good. I like that. I like that a lot. But I have actually done a video on a Jack Daniels. I believe it was a single barrel. I don't remember what proof it was. Something like that. A special select, maybe. It was delish. I hope to get another one of those someday. The bottle itself looks funky, which is fun. But I still, again, this does not drink like 65%, which is dangerous. However, I'm going to take one more sip, hold in my tongue for a minute-ish, and then I'll let you know what I think of it then. I'll rinse my mouth out first before I forget. Okay, here we go. Ooh, it's dry. I got peach, chocolate, cinnamon, lots of baking spices. Good grief. That's almost a numbing effect from that kind of alcohol. Woo! I'm ready now. Feel good. Feel better. Please drink responsibly, by the way. I have indulged myself this evening a little bit since I am not a fan about the whole car situation, but at least it is fixable. At least it can be fixed. At least it will be fixed. But right now it's just living in that moment of, God damn it. So not a lot I can do about it. I will keep people posted. The rest of my streams for a while will likely be to but refund, give money to my parents so they don't have to worry about at least not having that much money, which I don't know if they have it in the bank, but I don't want them putting in a credit card. Anyway, the point is it will be going towards paying for that in one way, shape, or form. Oop, here we go. I really like this one. That punch you in the face with proof and flavor. Yeah, I think that's what I like about Jack Daniels. But again, as I said, it doesn't exactly drink like a high proof thing. To me, I've had plenty that are 50% or 60% that are just much rougher. This is very enjoyable, actually. I can see why you like it. That's dangerous. Something slightly fruity about it, but I can't quite place what it is. It's a little dry, but it's a good dry. It's not completely sucking the life on my tongue, and the texture is really nice. The textures are really nice. Oh, well, this has been another evening with the KillCo Whiskey Musings. We're coming in the last few seconds again. Mash and Drums going live next. Let them know I sent you. I will be back here Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Hopefully you will be there as well. Until next time, live long and prosper. Don't forget to be awesome. And I will see you out there.